Hi, this video is for any teachers in high school that have a year-long course. So you'll know it's a year-long. Obviously, you're teaching it a year-long, but it's that 21-22. And what we're looking for right here is if we go up to this top corner drop down, you'll see all the different categories and terms and so on. The biggest thing you need to know is that Q3, that's where we are right now, and that's where you would put in your comments and so on for your spring report. And then we're also going to be looking at Q4, which is cumulative for the whole year. And year one is going to take a look at your Q4 and your exam if you happen to have an exam. So we'll go through this together and see how we would set this up for the year. So first thing we're going to do is first off, some people are asking how to create categories. So if you want to make a category in one of your courses, you simply click up on this plus sign, go category, and then you can give it a category, a name, let's say projects, and give it a color. It's really good to have different colors. And then you can choose the classes. Right now, I don't have any other classes to choose from, but you can select more classes if you so desire. And of course, you hit save. Okay, I'm just going to get out of that. I'm not saving any of those. Now, how do you set up the weighting for each of those categories? We go into settings, traditional grade calculations, and then here, of course, you have all the different types of formula types. And how do you change those? So for example, Q3, I want to go in here, and I just want to use those. And if I want to add more, I can go here and add another one if I so desire. Go category weighting, and maybe I want to do some quizzes. And then we'll set that up to, let's make those 20, and make this another 40 as well. Okay, so you can do that. I'm not going to make any of those changes. I'm just going to close out, but you can set that up however you wish. And we'll discard changes. Now, the next important thing to keep in mind, and we're going to be talking about spring report cards coming up around an end of March, April kind of idea. So how does that look? So what we do is we go into those A plus grading, and we want to go down to standards here. This is where you can put in your comments. So I'm in Q3. This will be your spring report card. You can put your comment right here. You just click on that, put your comment in. Lots of videos on comments and how that works. And then you can also put in your learning behaviors here as well. And of course, there's that IEP. So that's for Q3. That'll be for your spring report card. Now, for the end of the year, let's just take a look at that really quickly. It's going to go over to the end of the year. And what we're looking at is Y1. We want to make that a term weighting. So you can see here, it's already set up here for term weighting. You can just click on the drop down, you get the term weighting. We use Q4. Remember, Q4 is cumulative all the way through the year. So that's worth 70% of the year. And then term weighting, let's click term weighting again. Remember, we have a X2. X2 is also a term that we want to use, and that'll be 30%. So you would actually have to put an assignment into X2, and we'll try it. I'll show you how to do that shortly. Okay, and then of course you hit save. Okay, let's quickly talk about exams. How do you actually put in an exam? And you can see here, I'm in X2, and I just click on X2 there, and you notice I got an exam in there. How did I do that? Well, it's very simple. First of all, just take a look at X2 and the date. Notice the date here is I'll get over there a little bit, June 27th, 28th. So all you have to do is you need to create an assignment that is in that date range. So if I quickly go into here, I did one called demo. I'm not going to actually create another one, but I have a demo exam, and I went to the calendar and I just went over to June 27th, and I put in the points that I wanted to. Let's say it's out of 100, and make sure it's in the traditional final grade, and I go save and close. Bam. And I should also mention that you should have to select a category. Now, we're just going to use exam, and you'll see that exam is already preset in there, so it needs a category to be placed under. So I'm going to use exam, and we're going to save and close. I am not going to save this one because I already created one, so we'll just close that now, and we'll discard the changes. Now let's just take a look. You'll see right now that I have here's our students, here's the exam. And if I start putting in the exam here, it will give me a mark. Now, how does that work? Well, we've already talked about the traditional grade calculations, and we have Y1 here. And we've already talked about that, where exam looks at X2. So now we got to take a look at X2. X2 is right here. It's category weighting. Guess what? I put in exam there as the category weighting. So now it's going to look at that and combine that with, I'll close that off here. It's going to combine that with your Q4, and remember Q4 is cumulative, and put that together to X2, and that'll give you your Y1 mark. That'll be your final mark. And that's it for this particular video. If you have any questions about how to set up your year-long courses, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.